Hey, Tim DeStasio here, and I'm starting a new series, Making measureQuick Easy. And hopefully I'll be able to do just that. For years I've been using smart probes and trying to use measureQuick, but it was always really difficult, and I've never been able to implement it really the way it was meant to be used. So I'm here at my new house. This is my system. And over the next few weeks, I'm going to see whether measureQuick is really a viable solution for a small business like mine, which is now a small service and consulting business. Now, I was a pretty early adopter of smart probes and that Bluetooth technology. When they came out, I was one of the first people to buy it. I tried different brands, and I really appreciated not only the accuracy of smart probes, but also the repeatability of results. And also, it was a better way of documenting my employees' work because I could not always be standing over them, but I wanted to make sure they were actually checking the units out the way they should be. Now, I started using measureQuick in 2019, and as a contractor, as an employer, I was really excited to see that it came out and it did more than what the typical smart probe app did. And I really like the feel of it, where you got those gauges. It sort of gives you like an automotive racing feel. You've got blue and red and green to kind of tell you whether something's in range or not. But what was really difficult was the workflow. I didn't know really how to set up the units. I didn't know where to go next. If I accidentally got to a screen, I didn't know what to do, and it was just really confusing. That part of measureQuick, using measureQuick, was not very user-friendly. And let's face it, Jim Bergman, the creator of measureQuick, is an absolute genius, and the rest of us are not. So I tried to learn measureQuick. I tried to use it in its intended purpose. I watched Jim's videos. I listened to all the podcasts, and I could never really feel comfortable with it. And I certainly couldn't feel comfortable training my employees. And I just imagine being an employee, a new technician, an apprentice that's going out there. Job's already hard as it is, and then you're trying to go through the workflow, and it's not a very user-friendly workflow. So, we were just using measureQuick in its basic way. We just profile a system. We wouldn't pay for any qubits because there was no need to. We had screenshots, and we would upload those screenshots into our own reporting, and that worked just fine. The problem was measureQuick wasn't making any money on it, and I felt kind of bad because they deserve to get some of their investment back. They've invested like millions of dollars. So then the screenshots went away, at least the free ones did. And that sort of forced my hand to start buying qubits. And personally, I didn't have a problem with it because I wanted to be able to pay measureQuick for the value that they brought. I know a lot of people had problems with screenshots going away. This video is not about that. But I started to go ahead and buy the qubits and still profile the system, but I still had trouble using the app. So I would still just pretty much buy the qubits just to use the screenshots and then upload it to my reporting. That's still not how measureQuick is intended to be used. But then I heard that measureQuick was coming out with what they call guided workflows, which is a step-by-step procedure or workflow on going right through either commissioning unit for the first time or servicing and diagnosing it, different things like that. And I was really excited about that. So I reached out to measureQuick and I was like, I want to beta test it. I want to see what this thing can do and give you guys feedback as an actual real user, an average learner in the field, a business owner, somebody that has to think about how we're going to implement that into the rest of the business. And so I've been given beta access to these guided workflows. And that's really what I'm going to take you along through, is the process of learning measureQuick using these guided workflows, and we're going to see whether it's a viable solution for a small business. I'm even going to take you along on an official measureQuick classroom training that I'll be going to in Ohio in a few weeks. Now, the next video, I'm going to go over why we need software that does what measureQuick does, why just simply using the smart probe apps isn't good enough. And hopefully that's going to help us to appreciate why we need measureQuick, but we're still going to need to learn and see whether measureQuick is actually a viable solution. And the jury's still out on that, and I'm going to take you along on that journey. So I encourage you to follow along. Let's continue the conversation in the comments below, and look forward to seeing you guys on the next video.